Why I love the expired MLS listings. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to get the expired MLS listings totally for free. Okay. And then I'm going to show you exactly how to get the seller's phone numbers and emails through the skip tracing software that I personally use. So number one, why do I like expired MLS listings as a real estate investor? Because the seller has gone through all the process of selling their home, and at the end of the day, their home did not sell, which means that there's a high probability that that seller is going to be highly motivated. Okay, so this is the primary reasons why I love the expired MLS listings. The next reason I love the expired MLS listing is that if you're working, let's say FSBOs, or if you're working off-market properties and their homeowner has not listed their house with a real estate agent, then whenever you're talking to them as an investor, they feel like they have other options. Like, hey, I'm just going to go list it traditionally. Where on the expired listing, they already went that route and they were defeated. Hence, they weren't able to sell their home, and now they don't know what to do. Now that you understand the importance of the expired MLS listing for real estate investors and even real estate agents, okay, that want to get listings, let's talk about how to get the list, the data totally for free versus paying hundreds of dollars for a service provider. Okay, what I have done and what I have teach many of my students to do is to contact real estate agents in their local area. Okay, now the reason I know this works is not only have I done it, not only have my real estate students done it, but I've also owned a real estate brokerage firm. Okay, and I've had 22 agents working for me, and I know that what I'm telling you will work if you just follow the instructions. So what you do, number one, is you contact real estate agents, multiple real estate agents in your area, and you let them know that, hey, can you provide me with the expired MLS listings? Because all real estate agents that have access to the MLS, okay, will have that data at the finger of their computer, basically at the finger of their tips. Okay, all they got to do is go search for it and extract that information out, and they could literally email that information to your inbox. How do I know? I've done it, my students done it, and like I said, I've owned a real estate brokerage firm, so I know it's possible and people have done it. Okay, now I would hit up the real estate agent and I say, hey, can you provide me with that expired MLS data? Some will say no, some will say yes. That's why I said earlier, you must contact multi of them. Now, one of the ways that I sweeten the tea and scratch that realtor's back is by letting them know that, hey, if they provide me with that listing, okay, with the expired listing, I will work these leads. I will call every one of them. I will market to every one of them. And majority of these leads are not going to want to sell their home with me as an investor, because I only buy houses two ways. I buy it at a deep discount with cash, or I will use some type of creative financing, like subject to seller financing, etc. And majority of sellers are not going to want to do that, even if they're in the expired listing. That's just the game. Not everyone's going to want to use the pawn shop of real estate, which is what I do. Okay, so I tell the realtor that once I work these leads, the ones that are not interested in my services, I will just kick them back to my agent, to that agent that sent me the data, and I will let the sellers know that this is a go-getter agent and that he or she can help you relist the property. That way, I'm scratching the realtor's back, because I'm giving them motivated sellers that want to relist their homes, because I worked it. I use the phone script, and I know what their motivation is, what they want to do, what they don't want to do. And if they don't want to go with me, then I'll refer them back to that agent that gave me the data. Now, a quick question that you may have is, what is the script? Well, there's a link below, totally for free. You can download my script and know what to ask the seller to determine their motivation level. So let's go back. The first thing I will do is I will contact a bunch of real estate agents and say, hey, would you provide me the expired MLS listings? Someone will say yes, someone will say no. Then once they provide me that information, the step number 2 thing I will do is I'll take that data, because the data they'll send me usually will not have the contact information of the seller. And what I mean the contact information is, I need the seller's email, I need the seller's cell phone number, right? But in that expired MLS, they will have the seller's name or address 100%. Sometimes they won't include their name, but sometimes they will. Well, they'll have the seller's address. So step number 2 is once you get the data once you get the expired listing from the realtor, step number 2 is go to a skip tracing services and pay them. You can pay them per entry, or you can pay them a subscription base to get unlimited inquiries. And you take that seller's address and you put it into the skip tracing, and they'll give you the seller's email, phone number, and even social media. Okay. Next, number 3 is I will run all those data into the skip tracing and build me a list of motivated sellers with their phone numbers, with their emails, and with their social media. Now, step 3 is to build that list. Now, step number 4 is now I'll go ahead and start marketing to them. Now I like to use free marketing versus paid marketing when I'm just doing general marketing. So I'll start text messaging them. So I'll start calling them. So I'll start sending them emails. I'll start hitting them on their social media, which is all these things I just told you are totally for free. Okay, if you have cash, you're experienced, you have a business, then maybe you want to scale that up. Instead of putting sweat equity, you might want to put some money into the marketing machine. Okay, so now I talked about how to get the expired MLSs for free. Okay, number 1, contact the agents. Number 2, sweeten the tea by offering them to kick back those leads that are not interested in your services, but they're interested in relisting. And since you're not a real estate agent, you'll give it to them. Step number 3, you run this information into the skip tracing software. Now, if you want to know what skip tracing software to use, you just type into Google. You know, I don't want to promote one versus the other. I'm not affiliated with any of them. You can use whatever you want. Okay, just type in Google skip tracing software, and there's a bunch of them. See which one works for you. You run all those data, all those homes that are expired one by one. You run it into the skip tracing software. And step number 4 is you build your database. Okay, home number 1, cell phone number, email, social media. Home number 2, bum, bum, bum. 3, bum, bum, bum. 4, bum, bum, bum. And you're going to have a big list. Now, once you have that big list, 5, you're going to start marketing to them, free or paid, to let them know that you're interested in buying their home. Okay. Now, once you start marketing to them, step number 6 is the leads are going to start calling you. They're going to start calling you. And now you need to have a script to be able to filter out the motivated sellers from the non-motivated sellers. This is very, very important, because if you're talking to non-motivated sellers, you'll never do a deal if you're trying to be the pawn shop of real estate, which is what I do. Buy houses at a deep discount or use seller financing, okay? So if you need a script, get my script below. It's totally for free. Plus, I also include video training on how to role play with the seller over the phone. Plus, you can listen to live calls with my students and sellers trying to negotiate seller financing totally for free. Why? Because I love you, okay? So when the phone starts ringing, you use a script, okay, to determine if they're motivated or not. Now, step number 7 is you're going to put all the leads that are coming in to a different Excel sheet, okay? Because the first Excel sheet you had was just potentials. The next Excel sheet you have is actual leads, because these are the people that actually took their time to call you, and then you have them identified with, through my phone script, if they're motivated, if they're not motivated, if they're motivated, if they're financially motivated, if they're emotionally motivated, and so on. Okay, you're going to put it in a new database. The next step is you want to give all these sellers that called you what I call the lead database, not the potential, but the lead database, a written offer in writing. It's very, very crucial, because if you don't give them a written offer in writing, they're never going to know you really want to buy their home. And now in that written offer, what I give them is 2 types of offers. I give them a seller financing offer, a subject to offer, and I give them an all cash offer, in their inbox. Next, I start negotiating, because once I give them the offer, they're going to call me and they're going to say, Mike, I want a little bit more of this, or this, what does this mean? And that's when the negotiation happens. And next, majority of times they're going to say no, which is totally normal. And that's why I need to have a follow-up system, okay, to be able to get the deals, because 80 to 90% of all deals are going to come through the follow-up system, all right? And if you're interested in more, just go to my YouTube channel. I have tons of free videos that goes into exactly what to do next. But the video is getting kind of long right now, so I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for clicking the like button. Thank you so much for leaving a comment. If you have any questions, comment, leave it below. I'd be happy to answer for you. Always remember, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, smarter than you think, and twice as beautiful as you ever imagined, Romy. See you, champ.